Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of God Built This Podcast. I'm your host Maxine and we're on episode 32. All right, so I have an update. It's like, okay, so you know how last episode I was talking all this? All right, let me take off my jacket. Every time I'm like in my zone, like in my talk game zone, I get hot internally. I get hot. So let me just go ahead and get straight into it. So let me just do a brief recap. If you haven't listened to the last episode, please go ahead and do so, episode 31. But I like to give a brief recap regardless. But for more detail, listen to the last episode, okay? So you know how I went out with my friend and I met these two men who I was kind of like, hey, but there was one in particular who I was just struck with a strong desire, a strong attraction, a strong something. Yet the first man who approached me, he approached me first. And so a part of me kind of felt a little bit bad because I'm like, dang, he approached me first, first come, first serve. And yet I'm feeling the second dude a little bit more because he's giving, I don't know. I think now when I look back, I see it was more of a lustful situation. Like when I tell you I am queen lust, like nigga, I don't want to say I got a spirit on me. I don't. But it's just, it's something. Like once I feel like, on top of physical attraction, but like a sexual attraction, I'm blinded to everything and anyone else. I only see you. And so the second man was that for me. And our interactions were more so lustful than it was us just like getting to know each other, or like finding moments to kind of debrief on who we are as people, right? Instead, we were touching each other. Instead, we were like saying sexual comments and like, that type of shit, that, right? And so when I think back at it, I feel like I was just more attracted to that. There's a rush that I feel when I am sexually attracted to someone. It's a rush. It overtakes me. And I feel like I'm just in, nigga. All right, hold on. I got a little text. I feel like I am kind of in the zone, essentially. Or I am just like, I'm just taken aback, And so when I'm taken over by that lust, and I don't want to make it a whole spirit. I don't. I do believe there are spirits, of course. I do believe that there are different spirits that can control you in the moment, whether you recognize it or not. But I recognize that with him, it was like a lustful type of like, he turned me on. And I don't know, there's a balance that needs to be made between being physically attracted and sexually attracted to someone and still not being overtaken by that attraction. Like I want to be able to still be attracted to someone on that level, but not be blinded by the lust that may arise, And I felt like that was the case. I feel like, no, for real, that was the case between me and this dude. And so the first dude, I was just like, nigga, who? Nigga, what? Nigga, who? Like, it was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna move on with this, dude number two. Okay, so let me just be clear. So me and both men exchanged numbers, okay? We already exchanged numbers. The next day comes, and I have like a time limit when it comes to, okay, we meet for the first time. You have until, nigga, 11 a.m. the following day to text me, okay? Because good morning typically ends at 9:30. Okay, I know it ends at noontime really, but like if it's close to 11:30, 11:15 and you're just now texting me, what's up? Like, are we gonna fight or what? Like, what were you doing when you woke up? You know, I know you got a job, you work, you wake up at 5:30, 6 a.m., whatever the case is, and you're just now getting to texting me, you know? So that was the case with this dude. Mind you, let me just start from the beginning as much as I can. Okay? I wake up in the morning, you know, God bless, thank you, God willing, you know, I wake up in the morning and I check my phone and I don't see a text from him. Okay. I'm just gonna close my eyes and try again. So let me close my eyes and try again because I don't think I saw things correctly. Because there should have been a text on my phone by the time I got up. But there wasn't. There was not a text by this dude. And I'm talking about, let's call him Kyle, okay? But there was a text by the first dude. Okay? There was a text by the first dude. But at this moment in time, I'm thinking and I'm feeling to myself, I really want to I really want to not be with, but like I really want to kind of explore Kyle. I really want to just kind of be into him and be in this zone with him because there was a connection, there was a sexual chemistry, there was all these things, and I'm still in that high. I'm still in that mental state of mind. And so I'm not even thinking about the fact that first dude hit me up first thing in the morning, you know, explain why he couldn't make it, apologize for his absence, asked me to call him when he wakes up, like things that I would typically appreciate, and I did appreciate it, but I could not get to the point of appreciation fully because I was still stuck on my sexual high with this Kyle nigga, you know, like, Kyle, what's up? I'm waiting for you to text me. What's up? You know? So, and then I'm feeling bad because, damn, like, I think that, like, at this point, I didn't know if they were friends or not, or if they were just kind of like boys, you know, oh, hey, what up, boy, you know, bro, whatever. I didn't know what the case was, but, I just felt bad. So I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to text the first dude yet. You know, I feel awkward. I kind of hooked up with his friend. I kind of like we hugged. We kind of did some things, and I just felt like, ugh. And I know I don't owe anyone an explanation but I still feel like I do, you know? So I felt kind of, you know, grimy. So I didn't respond to the text that I got from the first dude. And I'm still over here waiting, impatiently, of course, wallowing to see why hasn't Kyle hit me up yet? Why hasn't he, said hello? Good morning, beautiful. Like, okay. So I'm annoyed. It's getting on to noontime. I want to say it's 2:15, nigga. 2:15. Do y'all hear me? It's 2. At this point, nigga, you must have died. You must have died because there is no way in hell you woke up and decided to not text me at all, and it's 2:15 at this point. You must have died. You must have died. Like, R.I.P., my nigga, because you must have died. Because that doesn't make any sense to me. So, yet, even though I'm feeling these emotions of rejection and pain, you know, I'm so fucking dramatic sometimes, but I'm feeling these emotions. I am. Naturally, I am. I am feeling these emotions, to be honest with you. Okay? I'm still into him. I'm still attracted. I'm still daydreaming about last night. I'm still in the mental state, you know? And so my black ass, of course, like any other desperate black woman would, text that nigga first. I texted him first. And that's red flag, obviously, number one, of course. But I did text him first, okay? Text him first. He responded swiftly enough with not an explanation, but like kind of letting me know that he's at this function that he kind of told me about the night before that he would be at. And I'm not saying like, okay, cool, you did tell me about that, but that's still not an excuse to not hit me up earlier. Like, you still should have hit me up. You know, this function that you're at does not require for you to be so focused at what's going on. Like, at this function, you could, and you probably are already scrolling through your phone, you know? So that's really no excuse. Yet, of course, I'm in the mindset of, well, I really like him, so I'm just gonna, let me see what I could say so he could like me just as much, or let me see what I could say so he could notice me and recognize me, all these things. So, you know, desperate as fuck. And I'm not even this desperate. It's just like, when I feel that, like, that high, I don't know, it's a drug, y'all. It's like, let's see how far, give me the fix. Like, I feel like I'm about to poke myself, you know? And I just don't know how to get out of that. I mean, I'm out of it now, but in that state of in that period of time, I was not out of that mindset. Okay, so you know, I texted him first. Like I said, he responds with that little message, light conversation, like, oh, what are you doing, and what do you got for tonight? And I let him know how I'm just going to stay in, whatever. I'm probably watch Netflix and chill. He's like, oh, by yourself? And I'm just saying how, yeah, like, nigga, what? Yeah, like, yeah. Then he doesn't respond. I text him like an hour later, asking him the same question in return. He has plans to go out with his boy for another birthday party. It's all this other shit. It's like, oh, so are you going to actively pursue me now? Or like, at what point are you going to pursue me? You know, at what point are you going to say, hey, I really enjoyed last night, or hey, you know, I'm really turned, like, give me something, nigga. Say like, yo, you really turned me on, or you really, yo, I'm still thinking about you. Like, give me that. I need that fix. Like, you know that fix? Give me that. And he wasn't giving me that. It was just kind of like, okay, so, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna move on. Like, what's up? So he then kind of gives me a little, but so. And by little, I mean, so when I said, oh, by myself or whatever, and then he responded saying how he is going out for, you know, something else. And I'm just thinking, okay. And then he said the slick remark saying, oh, well, since I didn't get an invite to watch Netflix with you, whatever. And I'm just thinking, well, nigga, you seem kind of busy. Like, it's not, here's the thing. And I was speaking to my friend about this the other day. A man knows what he wants and how to pursue that. Like, there's no one who's dumb enough to not know how to pursue or show their interest to someone. You know what I mean? Especially when a man is a man, you know, a man who knows how to take charge. And the night that we went out, he took charge in different ways. As I mentioned in the previous episode, he took charge in different ways. And that's telling enough for me to know that he's not a dumbass. Like, nigga, what's up? What we doing? You know, like, it's not up to me to invite you over for you to see me again. Nigga, if you want to see me, what's up? Okay, what we doing? You know, like, you could pursue, you know, like, are you a Boba the Fool? Like, you know how to fucking pursue. You know how to pursue. So that was like, okay, that was telling for me. So then I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just not that into me, or maybe it was just like a moment thing. And then I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, why do I have to always go through these momentous moments with niggas? And it's like, why can't these moments last longer than a fucking moment? But I do realize, as I'm talking to more of my girlfriends about those different aspects of my dating life, I realize that I am not alone. And I really, like, sometimes I just feel like it's targeted to me. Like, oh, I'm kind of getting played by men who I'm not that into or kind of into or not into at all. And it's like sometimes the one who want you don't see at first. And then, you're kind of stuck with that. Or you do have a connection with someone and then it ends abruptly and it's like, okay, and then it keeps on going, has a cycle. I realized that I'm not alone. There are so many other women who are going through that, and let's ride this out, sisters. My hand is up in solidarity. It's fucking annoying, but it is what it is. I've learned a valuable lesson though, that, and I've been knowing this lesson for a while, and it's taking active steps in my mental capacity to really walk in this truth that you don't have to make, not even have to, you don't need to make, or should you want to make anyone to like you or pursue you or want you in any way. Like, if someone wants you, they want you, period. There's no excuse. There's no confusion. It's not oh, I didn't know. Like, no, you know what you want. You go after it. You go forward. You go towards it. And it's there. Like, there's opportunity, especially when the other person is making themselves available for you to have that green light. And so when he said that, like, oh, like, it took for me, like, are you saying it's on me to invite you over? And then it also furthers my thought into the fact that I guess what we had was just lust. What we had was just a sexual chemistry, and maybe it just wasn't more, or maybe nothing more could come from it, And it's just, I don't know. It sucks sometimes because it's like, damn. But, it is what it is. I just wish that, obviously that he took initiative. But, he was just, I guess, whatever. So then I respond and I say, well, you seem busy, because clearly you could have hit me up earlier, but you didn't. So you seem busy. He responds saying how I explain myself. All he says is, oh, okay, I hear you. Like, there's just not, it was just, okay, who am I speaking to? Is this the same nigga I was like flirting so OD with? But then I realized after, I remember looking through my timeline on Twitter and seeing a tweet saying, like, sometimes when men don't respond, it's not that he just doesn't want to talk to you, it's that niggas don't know how to talk. Like, some men out there don't know how to talk. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't know how to have humor. They just stand there, look cute, and look good. And that brought me back to the night that we met. He didn't really talk like that. Like, we wasn't having conversations. We said, like, minor things to each other that was so surface and that was so physical or sexual, innuendos. We didn't talk. And you're at the club. I'm not saying we had to have a hot conversation, but there are moments when you have with people that you meet for the first time where like, okay, your mindset is like this, or okay, I see how you are, how you think, your behavior. It was just like he was just too cool, and I fell for that too coolness. Nigga, he was fun as fuck, but I still fell for that too coolness, and it was just like, okay, that nigga just don't know how to talk. Okay, mama, that nigga just don't know how to talk. Okay? I mean, granted, he probably just not interested in talking to me, but there's also a level of I just don't know how to talk. Like, that's what I think it is. But I just think, so done, boom. Conversation's over. At this point, I'm thinking, I need to respond to the first two, just because not only is he and was he always like a sweet guy, I was and am attracted to him. I just felt like I did not even give him more of a thought or consideration because Kyle over here came in my peripheral, and I'm just like, okay, nigga, who, And my friend helped me realize the other day that were you not interested in the first dude because you just wasn't into him, or because another option came around? And I was like, damn, another option came around. That's dead ass what it was. Another option came around, and I'm just like, ooh, look at that bright shiny candy over there. Let me go over here. Like, I just walked towards that candy like a baby. You know, when you see a lollipop, when you see a shiny bright object, you walk towards it. You're attracted to it. You want to see how it works, how it plays, nigga. How you feel? How you feel, nigga? Like, that's how I was looking at him. And she brought that straight into my perception, like, opened my eyes to that. I'm like, wow, I guess I need to wake up from this, like, this daydream that I was in for a moment. So I'm glad that I opened up to her, and, like, she gave me that sound advice. And I see it as, I didn't give dude one a chance until... Like, I stopped giving him a chance once I saw Kyle. And at that point, when Kyle kind of rejected me, I don't want to say it like that. It's just like, I realized it wasn't like a rejection thing. I just feel like, I just felt a disconnect, you know? And I said to myself, why do I need to go after or pursue someone who is clearly not giving me that, you know, who is not showing me that they're interested enough to do it for me? You know, you should have hit me up in the morning saying good morning. Okay, that's number one. Like, when I tell y'all, and I'm not even stringent, maybe I am kind of stringent on the good morning text. It's not that. It's just like, initially, I feel like you should come off strong enough where it's clear how you feel about someone, you know, like, and I'm saying he should be in love with me. And I'm not saying any of that. It's just, there's a level of pursuit that one should have off the gate. Okay, you should off the gate be on it. Like, nigga, okay, hit me up with the good morning text. Okay, call me in the afternoon. Okay, ask me how was my day. Okay, ask me if I ate. Nigga, I'm hungry again. Ask me if I ate, okay? And so that was missing from Kyle. God, that was missing from him. So I decided, you know what? It was just a moment that I needed to have a eureka moment and not go after him. So after he said the whole I hear ya thing, after I explained why I thought he was busy, like, don't you hate when you, like, send, it wasn't a paragraph, but I feel like the way I text in full sentences. Like, the punctuation, there's a semicolon if need be, okay? And there's capital letters at the beginning of the sentence. Like, it's a thesis, nigga. It's a thesis statement. Are you going to respond accordingly? And he did not. Him responding with a I hear ya. Nigga, what's a ya? What's a ya? Y-A? Why couldn't you just say I understand? Period. I was kind of busy, but I like give me something, okay? And I wasn't getting that. And so it was just, there's little things that I look for, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. There are things that I look for in my interactions with people. And that matters. That fucking matters to me. So at that point, I said to myself, fuck it. I'm just gonna leave it be. You know, and if he's interested, then he'll shift the atmosphere, okay? Shifting the atmosphere, okay? He'll shift the atmosphere. But he didn't, okay? At least as of yet, but he didn't. So at that point, I'm thinking, you know, I'll just, you know, let it go, whatever, move on. It doesn't have to be a dramatic moment. Move on and go. So I end up finally responding to first dude, realizing that, damn, he really is a nice guy. So let me just go ahead and respond. Mind you, when he texted me initially, I didn't respond until I didn't respond for 3 hours. 3 hours later, he texted me again. Double text, nigga. Okay, double text me. double text me. What? Double text me. So So he did that, and it wasn't even like a aggressive it wasn't like a nigga, you got my text. It wasn't. If it was that, I'd have like block the fuck out of me, please, because I am not interested. It wasn't that. It was like continuing the not continuing, but like kind of elevating the conversation to a different atmosphere or whatever. Like he sent me a picture of where he was because he was all dressed up and dolled up or whatever, and it was just like, okay, like I like that confidence, knowing that I did not text you 3 hours ago when you texted me initially, and you still decided to text me again. And that says a lot about who he is. Like, and I don't want to say it's, I don't know, maybe it's aggressive in some people's perspective, but I think it's also about going after what you want, you know, until what you want tells you I don't want you, right? It's not like he's giving me creepy, rapey vibes, thank God, but it's also about you are like, if you're interested in someone or something, you're going to go after that person or that thing, and until that time is up, you know, until there's no opportunity anymore, and then you gracefully bow out, you know. And I appreciate that he still continued. Like, there was no awkwardness. But over here, I'm looking at my phone like, damn, I'm a savage. Like, what's wrong with me? Why, you know, I should have responded. Why am I treating him like this? So initially, I was just gonna ghost him because I didn't respond from the first text. And so I'm just like, I gotta respond now. He double texted me. God damn. And he's like, let me just go ahead and text him back. So I text him back, and I'm just giving, you know, like a little excuse, talking about I'm out running errands. Like, nigga, you're not running errands. You on your phone. But I feel like I had to give that just so there's some type of recognition of the fact that I haven't responded to you in a while, you know? Anyways, let me kind of wrap this part up. So we started talking, like engaging in conversation. He knows how to talk. Like, it was like the same energy I got from him the night that I met him. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad that he is consistent in who he is, you know? And so that night, I think it's like evening time. I want to say something around 7 o'clock. I'm with my friend. I invited her over. We're chilling at my place. And he asked me, you know, what you doing tonight? And I'm like, what's up? Clap it up. What's up? What we doing? And this is what I'm talking about. What are you doing tonight? Ask me what you want. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be like, oh, you having wine night and you didn't invite me, nigga. What? No, ask me out. Invite you over. Ask, and don't get into it. I've invited plenty of niggas over. I'm tired of inviting niggas over. I'm tired of saying, oh, well, you can come over. But I did it because I was just like, I just want to feel touched, you know? Anyways, I'm going a whole tangent. He asked me, and I'm just like, girl, I'm talking to my friend like, girl, this is like actually nice. Like, I'm liking this. I'm liking it, especially in contrast to Kyle, you know? I'm liking the initiative. I'm liking the pursuit. I'm liking the court. Like, nigga, court, okay? Judge me down. Okay, nigga? Judge the fuck me down, please. So, you know, I'm playing it cute like, what you doing tonight? You know, trying to be cute, whatever. So he responds and, you know, said how, you know, I remember you saying where you live and we live pretty close. Wanted to see if you want to get some, you know, get something to eat. Go get a drink or something. Nigga, yes. He didn't even finish the three dots on the iPhone. That didn't even finish loading until I was like, yes. Let me stop. I didn't do that. No. But my point is, there was excitement enough riling within me that I was already saying yes in my head. Like, it was already a yes. But, you know, I had to play it cool. Because I'm not easy. Okay, let's move on. So of course, I agreed. We went out on a day, and mind you, we saw each other Friday night, went out Sunday night, and that's the shit that I like, nigga. That's the shit that I like. See, I want you to want to see me the day after we met. You know what I mean? I want you to want to, and mind you, I don't want to say too much, but I want you to want to see me as soon as ASAP, nigga. I want you to want to see me. And not just want, right? But actively make it happen. Actively don't just sit there and be like, damn, you should invite, you didn't invite me over. Or like, don't give me that passive shit, nigga. Be active. And I like that aggressive side. Like he said, so we went on a date. I'll get into that in a moment. But during our date, he said how sometimes he'll be characterized as aggressive. And here's the thing, he's Jamaican. I've been with Jamaican niggas. Nigga. Buju, Bhutan. Is he Jamaican? I don't know, but them niggas, god damn, they be aggressive. Like, when I say aggressive, I mean, I've seen some Jamaican men who are like, I don't know if I should call 911 right now, or if I should be okay. You know, like, what energy we on today, you know? That's crazy. But I like that. I told y'all I like a roughneck type of nigga. Like, I like that. And so, but I like it because I'm an aggressor. I go after what I want, and I'm comfortable in I'm comfortable with approaching men. I'm comfortable with just having conversations. Like, I'm comfortable with that because I like to connect to people. I like to have conversation. I like to be in fellowship with people. I like that. And I don't like to allow shyness to hold me back or introvertedness to hold me back. And so when that energy is matched, when someone who I like, someone who's interested in me is aggressive in a obviously tangible way, it does something to me. So it really, in that moment, I was like, okay, my eyes are open. Like, wow, he is not only persistent in texting me, double texting me, right? But is interested in me enough so that he is wanting, and not just wanting, but actively planning for us to go out. Not in, but go out on his request, right? Not on something that I said, like, oh, I wish I was with someone. Like, you know, sometimes us ladies will be like, damn, I'm feeling lonely tonight. You know, we'll kind of send out a little hint like, nigga, I'm waiting for you to be like, I'll come through, you know? And I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to give out little hints. I didn't have to do any of that. It was just off rip, nigga. What you doing tonight? Nigga, whatever you doing, what's up? What are we doing tonight? Tonight, not tomorrow, not someday. I hate someday ass niggas. Someday, you know, one day soon. One day when? One day when? When is that? Show me the calendar that says one day. I see Tuesday. I see Wednesday. I see Monday. Where's one day? Where's someday, nigga? Where is that? Because I don't... Where's that one day? What calendar do you have? But I like that he said tonight, you know? Okay, so let's go out. Let's continue on this talk. Let's continue. Okay, so he asked me out. I accept, you know, I put on my cute little sweater dress that hugs my body right. Girl. But mind you, I wasn't even going to wear heels. I'm thinking like, it's Sunday. I'm not even trying to do him like that. I'm not even going to try to do him like that. But you know, I put on heels. Okay. I put on some heels. My platform heels that I am so comfortable in. And it's still sexy. So we go out to this nice spot. near me, like super nearby. And when I tell you everything in Houston is like 30 minutes, like nigga, the gas store, the gasoline shop, nigga, every other store is 30 minutes. Like, I don't even want to go anymore. Where is this place? It's 30 minutes away again. I don't want to go. But this place that we went to was legit 7 minutes. No, it was 8 minutes precisely. 8 minutes away from me. And because he lives in the neighborhood, not too far, from what he said, it was not too far from him either. So it was like 10 or 12 minutes out from him. But what I appreciate too is that he asked if I had any suggestions of any spots near me so it could be convenient for me. Nigga, can y'all please stop this podcast and play that back? Because I'll say it again. He asked for my convenience. What is convenient for you? What is a place that is near you so you could be convened? Nigga, I don't know if I said that right, but what? Nigga, give me all this, but like, I'm opening my legs. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Maybe not, but kind of. So I'm totally like I'm at a loss because the chivalry is just, it's hitting me. There's chivalry over there. There's chivalry over there. Nigga, I'm chivaled in the face, nigga. There's chivalry everywhere. What's up? Nigga, let's get married right now. What's up? Okay, so we're on this date. And mind you, the chivalry is not, it's not in a way that is, what's the word for it? Like he's trying to be showy. Like, you know how some niggas out there be like, oh, they won't say I'm chivalrous, but their actions will be like, oh, I'm the chivalrous guy. You should only want to be with me. Like, they do it for show. Like, nigga, I'll be fine with the roughneck nigga who is totally rude because your ass is ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't be praised for doing what you're supposed to do. It's like my students who be like, Miss Morency, I did my homework. I did my paragraph. Okay. What? I need some water because what am I supposed to? Okay. Your point. Y'all, I came into work today. What's up? Like, that's the same type of energy. Like, there's no need for that. Like, you're supposed to do. And granted, I still recognize the men who are chivalrous, right? I'm still saying thank you. I'm good with my manners. It's just that there are some men who expect for us women to just, I'm not saying us, like there are men who listen to me, but there are some men who kind of expect for you to just be like, oh yeah, he was this gentleman. He opened the door. Okay, nigga, I opened the door too. What's up? Like, well, you know. Anyways, but he was super chivalrous. And it wasn't showy. It was genuine. It was just like, that's just who he is. So he opens the door. He pulls out my chair. He pushes, I feel like a baby though, because he pushed the table closer to me as I sat down. And it's like, okay, you don't want my food to fall. Okay, that's what's up. And it was just nice. And there was just like different chivalrous moments when he showed his gentleman side. And it wasn't even a gentleman side. It was just who he is. Like, it was just him showing himself, you know? And so I'm just taken aback. Like, I don't know if I didn't have any expectations. I was just going into it like, let me just be open. He is nice. Who knows, you know? But I was going into the situation thinking nothing really, you know? I was just thinking he's a nice guy. Let's just go out. And so him kind of taking it up the notch that he did so genuinely, so calmly, like he wasn't expecting me to give him like, nigga, I'm not gonna suck your dick because you pulled out my chair. Okay? I'm not doing that. And I feel like sometimes men think you're supposed to do that. And I'm not doing that for that. Like, you gotta buy me a Louis Vuitton belt, shoe, case, everything before sometimes it doesn't take all of that, honestly, but I'm trying to be better. Okay. But it was just a really nice date. It was really nice. And I want to emphasize that he wasn't showy, because I've been on a date with a person who was like, oh, let's just buy the bottle. Let's just trying to show out, nigga, I could buy the bottle too. You're not that special, And this man, he did, it doesn't cost to pull out someone's chair. It doesn't cost to give me napkin before I even ask or even complain about not having enough napkin. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost much. It doesn't cost anything, But for someone to do that so freely, it really is refreshing. So yeah, so super chivalrous. The date was really well. I really got to know him, and I opened my eyes to the fact that, wow, this is a really nice guy. I felt good. I felt good. I didn't feel any red flags. And I know I said before that, okay, he has a son, but my friend really kind of got me together the other day, because when I talked to her about it, I was being honest, kind of stating my qualms with a lot of things, I've dated a man with kids before, or a kid before, and it felt like, oh, I gotta go to my son's basketball game. I don't give a fuck about your son's are you coming over tonight or what? And I know that's super selfish, but okay. All right. What's your point? But I do recognize that obviously I should have come first. Your child, your seed should come first. And I wouldn't respect a man to be like, well, my son will be good. I want to see you tonight. I'm trying to see. That would kind of turn me off eventually. I guess initially I would be like, ooh, he just wants to see me. But then when I think about the fact that, oh, wait, you're a father and you're dismissing your child who's a child and who needs his father, is waiting for you, yet you're with me, I would feel bad and guilty about it. So that's fine. I'm recognizing that. I'm totally fine with the whole, you having to tend to your parental duties. It's just that there is the fear of, because there's a lot of stereotypes when it comes to baby mamas, and how baby mamas are never over the father, and especially if the father moves on before they do. And so I was just always in the fear of damn, am I have to get into a fight? I don't want to try to do that. I'm really not. And I don't know if, she's crazy and she'll slash my tiles, find where I live. This different situation where that has happened, unfortunately. And also, I don't want it to be a situation where the baby father is still secretly in love with the baby mama, and they sometimes hook up from time to time, because oftentimes when the parents are not together, they will somehow find moments to draw with each other. And then next thing you know, that drawing becomes something else, nigga. And then I'm over here trying to figure out why you didn't respond to my text about us going out if it's confirmed. So, that's just a lot. And my friend made a good point to me, saying how him having a kid is really none of your business. It's really not your concern. He has a mother. He has his father. He already has a system in place for him to be good, to be taken care of. You're the one coming into it. You're not, it doesn't change anything. He already has what he has. He's good, nigga. He's good. So pretty much that kind of set me into motion. Yeah, that really isn't none of my concern. I'm not saying I don't have to worry. It's just that I'm not instantaneously taking up the responsibilities of parenthood now, and that's great. But he was just we were connecting really well, just having different conversations. I was just sharing life and my mindset now, and how I've shared these things on this podcast, and feeling just in a space of question, in a space of growth, in a space of challenge when it comes to different different learning styles or different things I've been taught to believe. And it was just nice to be in conversation with someone who was not judgmental, was not trying to make me believe a certain way. It was just nice to just talk, you know? So it was a really good time, y'all. It was really good. And okay, so then towards the end of the day, let me just get to it. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I feel like I need to tell him that me and Kyle kind of, you know, we vibe really well. We were flirting super OD, hugged. I didn't give specifics, but I mean, we were flirting really hard. And so I felt like off rip, I should share that. But my friend was telling me, don't share it until he asks. But the night was winding down. He was being super honest about everything. He was even mentioning that there is someone who I know who he briefly conversed with. Nothing progressed from that, but he just wanted to kind of let me know off rip so I won't be feeling, you know, undersided or whatever. But in that moment when he shared, I did not divulge to him what happened between me and his friend, because at that point I'm not sure if they are friends or, you know, just niggas who rock with each other type of thing. I ended up telling him, and I was just like, hey, let me just kind of lay everything out on the table. So when you didn't make it out that night to the second spot, me and Kyle, you know, we were vibing really well and, you know, just flirting and really kind of getting close. He's like, yeah, I know. Nigga. So now I'm like, is this the Matrix? Okay. Someone gonna come out and like attack? Like, it was just kind of like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, that's my homeboy. Like, we've been friends for years. He's like top 5 in my life, and we were in contact, like we were in communication, and they have his brotherhood with these men. They have a strong bond, whereas nothing could break them. No woman could break them or break what they have, and there's a bond that's unshakable, and I respect that. I'm just sitting there like, oh, I'm over here feeling like a slime over here. I was about to do something to Kyle, y'all. Like, nigga, tie me up. Like, I was so into him, okay? I was just in the state of, I was high in some sense. Like, I wasn't high, but I was high mentally, you know? And so, when he said he knew, he didn't say he knew, like, because I'm thinking, like, okay, he knew. Was he waiting for me to tell him? Was he like, God, this is weird? Like, I'm glad that I still told him because he knew, obviously. But it also shows that I'm honest. And I'm not going to just kind of not talk about it, you know? But he said, yeah, he knew. And he told, like, they were both pretty much in contact with each other, saying how they hollered at me, or like when the first dude hollered at me first, somehow that conversation came about to Kyle, and so there was just open communication from then. And so pretty much everything that I shared in my divulge moment, he kind of like, he already knew. And so his take was, it's really, you know, it's up to you. If you decide that you're more into him and, you know, you want to pursue that and you want to go explore that, you have every right and freedom to go ahead and do that. Like, it's up to you. You're in a great position right now. You have these 2 men. And I'm sitting there like, huh? So you're just gonna let me go like that? In my head, I'm thinking that, you know? But he did make it clear that he is interested in me. Because I did ask him, like, so what do you want, you know? He did make it clear that he's interested in me and that he would like to continue talking to me and seeing where things go, whatever. But he did make it clear that there's no whole bars. Like, if you decide to go forward with Kyle, I'm saying like that's his name, y'all, but that's his name. Okay, that's his name. Then go ahead and do so. So I'm thinking, nigga, okay, okay. But honestly, for a moment, I did think to myself, well, okay, he gave me permission. But then I still felt like, you know what? No. Although I was so attracted to him to a level where, nigga, if we look, space and opportunity. Let me just say that. Space and opportunity, okay? But although I was so attracted to him, I still recognize that even though they are friends, right? If Kyle wanted me, if he wanted me, then he would have made that clear. He wouldn't wait until I texted him for us to start talking the following day. He would have already texted me that following morning. He would have said to the first dude, hey, I'm kind of feeling shorty. Like, let the best man win. Like, he would have kind of, nigga, fight for me. Fight for me. Where's your bracket, whatever. Like, nigga, fight for me, And so I feel like he kind of gave up too quick. And maybe he just realized, or maybe the first dude would told him, yeah, I'm like really into Maxine. And he backed off, before things could go any further after the fact. But I feel like even though, like, if you were really that into me, regardless, you will kind of make that clear, Instead, he didn't. So I don't want to go forward with someone who did not see me as someone who they could fight for. Like, if you were really interested in me, regardless if that's your friend or not, y'all clearly have a strong ass friendship. What I gotta do? Okay? What do I have to do? Okay? And then I realized, I don't have to do anything. If you're into someone, you're into someone, and then you'll make that clear. So I decided, like, you know what? Let me just not just kind of, end things with, not end things like anything happened, but like just not care to pursue or talk to him like that, and just open myself to what could be and what may be and what it is with me and first dude. Cause when I tell y'all, he is pretty darn great. Like, my eyes are open to how good of a man he is. And because I was so blinded by the lust that I had for Kyle, I could not see that off rip, and I was not open to it until my friend kind of snapped me back into reality. Like, I was into him at first when he hollered at me, but until I saw option number 2, I was like, ooh, there goes option number 2. Like, it was something that I felt like I had to have. Like, I needed that fix. And so I'm glad that I got out of that mindset. And yeah, so me and first dude are talking, and we'll see where things go. But I say that there's so much more I have to say that it probably will be another part of this conversation. But I just want to briefly touch upon how there are sometimes situations in your life when you've had a previous situation with men before, right? And they try to come back into your life, and they come back thinking that they still have a spot, thinking that you're still the same woman as you were when you were with them. Yet when you were with them heavily in the past, you were so open. Like, I was so open. This is Guy. I'm trying not to speak too specifically because I feel like he kind of listens. He hasn't addressed me, so let's see. There's this person in my life who me and him been talking on and off for a few years, and that sounds so heavy, a few years, but yeah, it's been a couple years. And we are like typically on and off, and so. But every time we get on, it feels like it's higher than the previous on session. Like, it feels like there is more that I get from him. Like, there's more openness in his heart. There's more willingness to be affectionate. There's a lot of more that I receive. And that used to kind of draw me closer to him. Like, oh, okay, I'm getting more from him. Yay. But sometimes not sometimes, but period, you get to a point when that shit is annoying. Like, nigga, it's either you're all there or you're not. Like, how many on and off sessions do we need to have for me to get more of you? Why can't I just get you, period? You know? And so I feel like I was just thinking to myself the other day, thinking that I feel like eventually he will kind of confess more of himself to me, and it might be a too little too late type of situation, considering the fact that I am actively dating. I am out here. Okay, I'm out here. And, you know, we're not in each other's faces anymore since I moved here. So there's a lot of opportunity for me to not just move on, but to really like move, like not hold back, you know? And it does kind of make me sad because I think about, damn, where was this energy? And mind you, I'm just thinking about this out loud. I don't see, like, it's not happening as of now, but when I tell y'all my discernment is strong, I see it happening soon. I see him confessing more of himself to me, whether that's an I love you or like I really want the type of, I really feel like it progressing into that. And I don't know what will be, because it feels like a too little too late situation, and it feels like a, you know, like, damn, like we almost had it. Ugh, almost, like, where was this energy when I wanted it, you know? Now that I'm out here, you know, thriving, you know, hipping and dipping, and now I meet someone who is all, I'm not saying, look, I'm still getting to know this dude, right? I'm still getting to know a new dude, and, you know, we'll see where things go, but so far it's going well, and it's cool, and I'm getting more from this very moment than I have collectively from this previous dude. And that sounds so crazy, but, and I feel bad for even saying that, and I'm tired of feeling bad for other people. Like, I am such an empath. Is that what people say? Empathy. I'm very empathetic. I feel for other people, whether I show it or not. I feel it internally, and then I feel bad for not matching your feelings anymore. Like, I feel bad for not being there anymore. And it's like, let me try to make myself feel for you the same way you feel for me now. When it's like, well, where was this empathy when I was feeling for you so hard back then? Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not ready. Maxine, I'm not ready, Max. And it's like, okay. Oh, but you ready now? And now I'm supposed to be ready because you're ready? Mind you, I'm saying this all out loud. It hasn't happened yet, but I feel it will. Hopefully he's not listening. But it's just something I'm just thinking about. Like, I don't know. I kind of been in that situation back in the day when I was in undergrad, and my ex from my teenagehood, or my adolescence, came back into my life, and he was saying all the right things. And mind you, when I tell you I was like puppy in love with him, it was like puppy, like I was really like infatuated with him. And so when he came back into my life when I was in undergrad and was saying all the things I wanted him to say when we were adolescent, like he was saying everything, and I'm just receiving it in my, like, we're on the phone, I'm hearing him. I feel what he's saying. I feel what he's saying is genuine and true. And I really do believe that it was true. But I recognize that I don't feel the same anymore. And I said that to him. And I was very careful with my wording, but I could not hide it. I could not fake it. I could not just like disguise it to make him feel good. I just made it very plain and clear. And I said to him, you're saying all the right things. You're saying all the right things. I just wish you would have said those things before. I wish you would have said those things before, nigga. The fuck? What's up? You know? And it was like not awkward, but like you could tell that he was emotional. And I was emotional too, because we reached a point where now I'm getting what I wanted, right? I'm getting what I've always wanted from this man. And now I realize I don't want it anymore. I actually don't want what I thought I wanted, or what I wanted in the past. Now that I have it, it's too fucking late. It's too late. And so when I said that to him, I was just like, I don't feel for you like that anymore. I just didn't know what else can you say? How else can you say that, right? And I'm very gentle. I'm very gentle in my speech. I'm very gentle in my wording, the word placement, everything, nigga. No faulty language over here. None. Yet, it was hard to receive. His voice kind of cracked, but he said something so powerful. He was like, just know I will always love you. You will always have a place in my heart. And I don't want to get choked. I'm not going to get choked though. I'm not. But he said that, and it was so genuine. It was so real. And I believe it till this day, nigga. Till this day. What's that boxer's name? He'd be like, there's a meme. And he's like, to this day. We got it. You mean currently, right now. Understood. Okay? To this day. And look, I gotta laugh every time because it's therapeutic for me, so bear with me. But to this day, and I'm laughing so hard about it because one of my students said that during class one time. He said it so randomly, but it went with what I was saying. And I was like, yeah, you should always use a semicolon in between two independent clauses. And he's like, to this day. Yo, when I tell you I was crying, like, you know what? We're not going to get through this lesson. We're not going to get through this lesson. Y'all will be good. We have 15 minutes remaining. Figure it out because I'm still laughing. Okay? To this day. To this day. What? That shit is so funny. I mean, granted, I forgot his name right now. Deontay, something. What he was talking, I'm totally off rip. Anyways, who cares? To this day. But yeah, he said to me that he will always love me. I will always have a place in his heart. And there's been moments throughout the years. Mind you, this was in undergrad. And I'm 28 now. But there's been plenty of moments in between when I have seen that to be true. Like, that's true. Like, I do still believe, even though he's moved on in his life, he has kids, nigga, white kids. Anyways, that's a whole different. But I feel that it's real, And it just kind of makes me sad because it's like, I wish this could have worked out. I wish this could have happened. But then I think to myself, I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad that it didn't work out with someone who did not want it to work out at that time. Just because I was ready doesn't mean you have to be ready. Just because you are ready doesn't mean I have to be ready. Hopefully, me and this new dude or whomever, we are ready at the same time. There's no pressure, there's no force, there's nothing. But I say all that to say because it just makes me wonder about this guy from my past who is, we're reconnecting and we just started talking back up again, which is cool. I'm glad that there's no beef between us anymore. But I just feel like that's on the verge of getting to that territory. And it does kind of bring me a little sadness. But look, what's for me is for me. Who's for me is for me. And that's it. My move on. Okay. We're going to end it right here, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm about to go. Bye. Check in next week. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of God Built This Podcast with your host, Maxine. Please rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and follow and comment on SoundCloud. God bless.